Hello, hello. Hi, everyone. I am signing in at 5 p.m. on Wednesday. And this is our time every week where most Wednesdays, I offer a yoga nidra. And this week, some guided meditation and a little bit of a talk, mainly because I did not talk on Sunday. I asked all of you to offer comments or send me messages about topics you would like me to discuss. And it was interesting what came from that. The only people that posted publicly asked me to talk a little bit about Ayurveda. And then I privately got quite a few messages, and all of them asking for more discussion around my thoughts and feelings about how to navigate this time in general that we're going through, challenging, tricky, wild time that we're going through. So I thought I would see how we could combine those two topics. And one thing that really came to me to share with you all, I am a yoga therapist, longtime yogi, and am very steeped in my yogic lineages. And among the yogic lineages is a very deep connection to its sister science, Ayurveda. And Ayurvedic medicine and practices have been around for thousands and thousands of years. They are both directly and indirectly connected to yoga and the sciences and practices of yoga. So I see Tad is signing on right now, and Tad is the one who made this request. So in your honor, and also Melissa had said she would love to hear more, I wanted to talk today about this time of year in Ayurveda, because it is spring now, and we are entering into this new season that holds a lot of energy. Literally, it's spring energy, with a whole lot on our plates going on in the world, right? So one thing I wanted to also, and this gave me a great excuse to introduce you all to someone. And if I used to have television stations, and I would be able to type things up and bring things up on the screen. I'm doing this super simple old school style, but basically I want to introduce you, and I will do it more formally, to my dear friend, soul sister, and colleague, Vijaya Stern. And Vijaya's website, for those of you who can multitask right now while we're chatting, is livingrasa.com. Living Rasa, LIVINGRASA.com. So Vijaya has been my Ayurvedic doctor since 2004. So that's a pretty long time. I have beyond words admiration and respect and gratitude for her, and not only what she helped and has helped and continues to help me with, staying on my path, both as a patient and as a practitioner. But she has helped so many countless others, and I'm excited to introduce her. And like I said, I will be introducing you to her formally soon, because she and I are combining some educational efforts, and I'm really hoping to both support a training program she's doing. I want to go through her training program personally. I've been studying Ayurveda for over 20 years, and at times was going to do a more formal study and certification. Instead, I either delved deeper into my yogic practices, or I did my doctoral degree in Chinese medicine. So, but I've always held a regard for Ayurvedic medicine. And so I'm introducing you to Vijaya. And today I wanted to talk about a wonderful, she does a lot of writing, she does a lot of teachings. And I literally wanted to kind of read a very brief, beautiful description about this time of year in Ayurvedic medicine and how we see it, and then see if we can possibly extrapolate some of that wisdom, that deep ancient wisdom, not just from Ayurveda, but from most cultures who honor nature and when things happen in the world and how we dance with that, how we respond, prepare, and navigate, really, ideally, does honor the time of year that it's happening. So whatever's happening in your personal life right now and what is happening in all of our collective experiences right now, which is pretty substantial, we can really look at the season it's happening in, right? We're coming out of winter and into spring. And so with that in mind, as I read this to you, I thought we could make this a little bit of a meditation exercise. So as I read, I'm going to encourage you right now to sit back. If you want to close your eyes, get comfortable, and just really take in these beautiful words that Vijaya wrote for us and that come from my heart as well, as I wouldn't be reading them to you if I didn't resonate with every single one of these words. And then let your mind experience not only what I'm saying, but see how it relates to your life right now and what's going on in the world right now. Does that sound good? All right. Hi, guys. Hi, Chase. Hi, Tara. Hello, everybody. Okay, so tuning in, finding a comfortable seated place. Let's let our spines be straight, our muscles relaxed. Wiggle out some tension. Roll your neck. Roll your shoulders. Take a few nice deep breaths. Really let your body oxygenate. Feel. Okay. Maybe a little less thinking and a little more feeling right now, just to drop in. And then listen. Eyes closed if you want, but try and not let too many distractions happen right now, and just really listen, please. Winter has matured into spring, and now spring hits its high point as we witness nature's mutations from earth to water to fire. The barren soil and snow found solace in the rain. Children dance in the downpour. Dormant seeds germinate, precipitating new life. Like the flowers, we gravitate towards the sun, rising from the inner sanctum of our pulsating heart, calming our interrelatedness with nature's rhythmic cycles. She unfolds, we unfurl, darkness giving rise to light. Ayurveda and other nature-based religions and cultures are steeped in the celebration of the feminine principle, honoring the cycles of the moon and the stars, the seasons and the elements. To become a great practitioner of Ayurveda, one must never forget the mother, Gaia, the earth. She has been forgotten by many, but it is important that those of us that do remember her remind others. And we revolve around the seasons, through the elements. We have a grand opportunity to celebrate her many faces. Beltane, the ancient pagan holy day, is the celebration of the flowers on this time of May, dancing around the maypole, celebrating youth, weaving the fabric of nature into our hearts and souls, generates joy and excitement. A young girl, chosen as the May Queen, presides over the celebration. The hosting of the Shakti, or feminine power through woman, seems to be experiencing a revival. Paramhansa Ramakrishna poignantly predicted in the late 1800s that the goddess would arise in the year 2000. The Dalai Lama's decree that the Western woman would change the world with the influence, freedom, and resources to do so. Since the dawn of this millennium, I have seen the principle of two energy has enhanced the multitudinous quality of God and nature. We are no longer separate by the exclusivity of one leader, one way, one authority. We are getting back to nature in our diets, lifestyles, and dedication to the earth. We are concerned with the other, and we know now that our global family is as important as our nuclear family. Can you feel the excitement of Pitta season upon you? Is a thaw happening in your day-to-day routine? Are you fired up to make life happen in a new way going forward this year? Who is the goddess that is being evoked from the depths of reality? She has many names and many forms, as nature does species. We cannot separate her from all existence, as she is the form of the formless one, who we call God. She smiles in the moon, sings through the trees, and caresses us in the rays of the warm sun. If you spend time in nature, she reveals her presence in the mountain crevices and faces of the flowers. Can you feel her in your life right now? Can you see her in your life right now? Can you see spring happening in the world right now? Coming out of dormancy, coming out of darker times, new ways bursting forth, young, unsure energies finding their way into life. This is spring. All seasons have their cycles. And now we are coming into this time of yang energy. The sun is coming back. The fire is creating transformation and growth. So, this is a simple way for me to bring us into a state of awareness, both of how we may be looking at our individual lives, the foods we eat, the way we're spending our energy, the way we look at what we're thinking and feeling in our individual lives. And also, I truly hope that we can see a universal energy of events that are going on right now. Coming out of winter. Winter is when it's the darkest time of year. It's always the worst season for sicknesses and illnesses for the most part. I'm speaking, of course, right now as I'm sitting in the northern hemisphere having these experiences. I know there are experiences going on all around the world, no matter what the weather and what the seasons, and I honor that. And yet right now I have a feeling most of the people tuning in here are in the northern hemisphere feeling spring coming up. And when that's happening and we can consciously harness and acknowledge those energies and plant seeds and nourish those seeds and appreciate the life that is springing forth and give ourselves to that type of energy, it affects our reality. It affects our experiences. It affects our growth. My guru, some of you know about him, of course, Swami Chaitanananda. One of his main messages, and if you study with him for 45 years, you've heard it 45,000 times. We are in this world to grow. That's it. So whatever is happening right now, all of it is being presented, and we are here to experience it and grow from it. Growth is wild. It does not look the same from flower to flower, animal to animal, species to species, to trees. Same acorns fall from a tree. Those two trees grow a couple inches apart from each other. Totally different experiences, right? A turtle hatches thousands of eggs. How many of them make it to the ocean and survive, and which directions do they go? Infinite variables. Growth is chaotic, messy. Growth involves death. And yet, ultimately, and certainly at this time of the year, it is bursting with life and opportunity. So, with this being said, Ayurveda has many practices to honor this season in particular. There are many rituals we do. Even the concept of spring cleaning roots back thousands of years. There's a reason why people clean at this time of year. Clean the slate, make room for new stuff to happen. And, most of it, I've been away from home. I've been trapped away from home. Most people got trapped at home. And if you were, maybe you got to do more spring cleaning than ever before. What a potentially positive part of this time. If I had had that opportunity, I had a whole bunch of projects at home that I would have been getting done. And so what do we do from that place? We're not going back to a new norm. There's no normal that we're returning to. We are not going backwards. The world is going to look different forever going forward. We could say that every day, all the time. But we have had a huge upheaval right now. A lot of death, at least for sure, acknowledgement of death on new visceral levels as a mass consciousness. So as this winter ended and spring began, we really got a super tangible dose of this literal transition from winter to spring. And now what do we do right now? And so, instead of doing a guided meditation today or a yoga nidra, I wanted to just give you that meditation of visualizing spring, visualizing the feminine aspect of the light and growth happening. It's interesting to think of the yang energies, but with a feminine character and quality to it. And that's another thing that we could talk about, and we will talk about with Vijaya, hopefully. So this beautiful piece that I read from you is an article on livingrasa.com, and I will also tell you she shared a few beautiful recipes attached to her May Day May Day article: cauliflower pancakes and apple chutney. So 2 yummy recipes up there that Vijaya felt called to share with us that are very seasonal. And that's another thing that we can all talk about in our sessions. If you're more curious and wanting some individual consultation, both Chinese medicine and Ayurvedic medicine really look at changing how we eat seasonally. And so there is a lot to that. And so maybe you're looking at that in your diets and ways. And as Melissa reminded everybody on our Facebook page, when Tad asked me to give information about Ayurveda, what do you think? Am I going to tell everybody out there how to eat all the same foods? No, that's not even an option with me, you all. Any of my students know better. Everything is individualized. Who are we talking about? When are we talking about them? Are we talking about the morning or the evening? Are we talking about a 12-year-old or an 80-year-old? Are we talking about someone who's super, super healthy and really physically active, or someone who is slower, immunocompromised, and just had a really rough winter and are eking their way into spring and figuring out how to rebuild their system and get more vital again? There's so many different variables we have to look at if we're going to diagnose and treat and make decisions that are related to the seasons but need to be still attending to the individuals. So Melissa said it on our page, and if you ask me a question like, what should we know about Ayurveda going into the spring or about this time of year? My answer is, for whom are we talking about and when? Right? Are they just asking for, just diet recommendations? Are they ready to totally get a full diagnosis and really look at every nook and cranny of their lives and really dive into healing and health on a new level? Are there just a few little tips I could give an individual? As far as the general population, Tad, who asked this question, and anybody else who's curious about Ayurveda and this time of year or what's going on in the world, what I can tell you is what I just said and what Vijaya offered, and that is to allow some light back in, allow some shifting in your roots, wrestle around, and allow yourself to start thinking of how you're going to grow from this deep, dark time we're coming out of, a time of more stillness, of inwardness, of a lot of reflection, and coming into the light and flourishing in whole new ways. It is possible. I am with you doing it. It is challenging. It's why we have practices and meditation, yoga, Ayurveda, Chinese medicine, whatever things you're working with, it's work, right? So we pick up the shovel and we start digging that fertilizer, planting our garden and watching it grow. And that is Ayurveda, and that is the springtime energies, and it is time, and aren't you ready? I am ready. And I hope, however hard this time has been in the darker, coming out of these darker months, super intense season of viruses with this new virus added on right at the end to just totally shake us to our cores. And it's in the system now. I keep saying this in all my talks. It's not going anywhere. Now it's going to, roll its way out into our world. And it is definitely, we're not used to it yet, but 5 years from now, it's just going to be one of the many viruses out there. And, something we're going to have to tend to. And I truly hope that we come out of this time collecting and gathering what we can learn from it so we can go forward more consciously, so we can grow things with more intention, more sincerity, more collective conscious energy, more focus on the life-giving opportunities we have if we take these times and opportunities to really teach us how to live, how to die. This is life. Ayurveda is the science of life. And so I am with you, navigating these crazy times and celebrating. If wherever you are today, if the sun did not come out, it is going to start coming out more. I feel very blessed to be in a place that's been pretty darn sunny lately. So I'm really feeling spring, and I'm shining it on all of you. So I want to end this Wednesday time with you all with one other thing. When I thought about what I was going to talk about today, and I really wanted to honor some of the requests that came in, and I know I didn't talk a lot about the heavier things. People private messaged me. I will say one thing about that. I totally appreciate how hard and scary it is right now to share some things publicly, right? I am really with you guys on that. It is a hard time, and everybody's navigating this perfectly however you're doing it. But I appreciate those of you who've been sending me messages privately with your thoughts, fears, concerns, frustrations, celebrations, the people who don't totally agree with my personal opinions that have been able to stay civil and respectful and loving. I've had amazing discussions over the last month or two, and a lot of you asking me to hold you through some very, very scary, hard times. I just am so deeply honored to be a part of your lives. And thank you for not only tuning in here with me, but sharing your vulnerabilities with me through private messages, emails, phone calls, texts. It allows me to hold us as a community and hold those of you who are otherwise either more introverted than I am, or I'm really honoring the level of fear that is being acknowledged and is real and is valid for why people aren't speaking out more right now in this very hard time. So thank you all for trusting me, those of you who have reached out. It is so meaningful to me, and I hope you feel me holding you. And if there's anything else I can do to make you feel heard and acknowledged and honored for your feelings, for your fears, and for your questions, please reach out to me. I'm very, very happy to support you however I can. That is what the Lotus Way is about. That is what my mission in life is about as a minister and as a teacher and a healer. I'm with you all the time. Happy spring. Let's go and do some beautiful growing together. And if there's anything else I can do for you, just reach out. Oh, I'll end with this. We have so many guided meditations in our archives now. I need to go and count. We have quite a few. So please go and use those. Right? I will, most Wednesdays, I'm happy to do a meditation. I need to figure out a little bit of a better way. I have a whole bunch of new students. This is a fun, new, weird one. I've got like 5 or 6 new students who don't use social media at all. So I want to figure out how to migrate these classes into a format that anybody that has internet access can use instead of Facebook. So, you can stay tuned as I slowly probably navigate that. And possibly I may step away a little bit more from social media and a little bit more onto uncensored free airwaves, if those are even possible to find, so we can all be in a safer space together to really share. And until then, but please, if today it's got all set up for Yoga Nidra and to lay down, please go to the video archives and pick one of our Yoga Nidras and do it. I am going to do that now, actually, as I leave you all, and enjoy one of our Yoga Nidras. So I will be with you if you choose to stay and sign out of this talk and go find a Yoga Nidra. I hope you'll feel me laying down with you, holding you, while we drop in and do some more inner work and grow more love together. All right. Take care, everybody. Please reach out if I can do anything else for you. I love you all so much.